Hello and welcome to another video. Today we will be doing a memory spread in my memory planner, and this is the kit we will be working with from Planning Choco. It's one of her, I think it's called Birthday Girl. It's a fairly old birthday themed kit, and I'm showing you all of the pages now. It has basically all the same stuff that all her other kits use. I use her kits a lot, so the format should be familiar to you guys. I didn't cut them down or anything. These are just the full sheets. She has guides for you to cut them down so that you get 2 sheets per page, and then you can fit them in like a sticker binder because it's the same size as other kits, but for easy storage, since I usually just put these into a 3-ring binder, I leave the letter-sized paper as is so that I can punch and store them that way instead of trying to cut them down. The week we will be doing is the week of May the 6th through May the 12th, and the reason I decided to use a birthday girl kit this week is that this is the week of my sister's birthday. So last week I explained that even though this week, the week we're on right now, the week of the 6th, is actually when Mother's Day is, I used a Mother's Day kit last week so that this week I could use this birthday kit for my sister's birthday, and then next week I'll have another birthday kit for my birthday. So there's a lot that happens in May, really like close together. My sister and I were born 10 days apart, which means that usually our birthdays are about a week and a half apart from each other, and so yeah. And I wasn't 100% sure, like, if I wanted to use a birthday kit for her birthday. Like, I didn't plan to do so, but I saw this kit and I really liked it. And I thought that it reminded me of her, just with the dark blues. And I thought that it was still really pretty, and also still, like, the pinks kind of mellowed out those dark blues, because the pinks are more my style, and so this was a good compromise for a kit that reminded me of her but also was something that I actually enjoyed as well and wanted to put in my planner. And so I start with the bottom washi, which I leave as is because I really like how it looks, the balloons, and I feel like if I had cut this washi strip down like I do sometimes with the more general patterned ones, it would have gotten too like hard to figure out what that pattern really was, because then you'd have just little chunks of balloon and maybe some strings, and the balloon pattern wouldn't be as prominent. But leaving it as is, I thought, made the spread more festive, and I really love this ballooned pattern. And now that I've gone through the intro, we'll move into a time-lapse version because I have been voicing over just real time. This is the speed at which I lay down my stickers, but we'll move into a faster version. Okay, so now we're at the usual 3 times speed, and I'm just whiting out those black lines so that I can put the bottom washi over the bottom section. And this bottom washi was dark enough that I probably didn't need to white out those lines, but as I've said in previous videos, I just like whiting out stuff. It's fun. I like the clicky sounds. Next, I white out the top so that I can use the date covers. I really like the date covers in this kit. Sometimes I think Planning Choco's date covers can be too patterned, and in certain kits I'm not a big fan of the font that gets used, but I really love the pattern of these date covers, especially since it's a pattern that's only in one of the full boxes. I felt like even though it has the floral, the white background of the floral made it a little lighter, and I really love the colors, and I didn't want to pull in like some of my backup headers, which are just solid colored headers that I have in lots of different colors. I wanted to keep the color scheme and the patterns of the kit here, and so I really liked these headers, and I decided to use them. I also used the date covers that came with the kit. I decided that I didn't want to use a ton of foil here because the kit was already so decorative. There was a lot of pattern, a lot of like celebratory things going on, and I felt like foil would make it way too busy. So I used the date dots that come with the kit, and they're in the darker navy blue color, and so I also really liked that. I really like that color. Like, I'm not a fan of blues in general. Some are okay, some are meh, but this particular blue I especially liked, and so I was glad that the date dot numbers were in that color. And then I put this flag here at the top to cover the one in the Erin Condren, and white out that quote box so that I can put the happy birthday quote box sticker thing that came with the kit up there. And then for this week I decided I wanted to put all of my full boxes right along the middle, which I do sometimes. I think I don't know, I most of the time prefer to alternate my full boxes, but this week I felt like maybe I wanted to just put them all together, so I only put them along the middle. At the bottom of the sidebar, I added that extra full box with all the different birthday balloon numbers down there to take up some space, because I don't use the sidebar for anything more than very super quick journaling about what happened in the week in general, one or two events that were particularly prominent, and that's it. So I don't need a lot of room to do that, and I put as many full box stickers as I can in the sidebar. One of the things I really like about printable kits is that they usually come with lots of extra full boxes and decorative stickers and things like that, so I can usually do that over in the sidebar. And I've been laying down the full boxes just in a way that I thought looked nice. I knew I wanted to put the girl on the 9th just because that's my sister's birthday, so we'll pretend that that looks anything like her. And then I put the rest of the boxes just out from that, knowing that that's where I wanted that box to go. Trying to alternate the colors as much as possible. Some boxes were predominantly the darker navy blue color, some were really pink. That one box has a really bright blue, and then a couple were white. So that's how that worked out. And next I believe we're doing the glitter headers. Yes, so I wanted to do a staggered glitter header, but I wanted to do them weird. Like, I did something that I haven't done with my glitter headers before, and I really like how this came out. I started by just putting them across the middle because I wasn't initially sure that I wanted to do all the glitter headers, like 3 glitter headers per day. And so here I'm just putting them across the full boxes, alternating them as necessary. And then I decided, yeah, I do want to put the glitter headers. And so I white out the black dots and I alternate them diagonally. So if I have the dark blue header over the full box on Tuesday, then I have it on the bottom box on Wednesday. And so now they're diagonal with each other, right? But then when I go, oh no, I'm going to do the whole bottom first. Okay, so I follow that pattern for the bottom. But then when I get to the top, instead of continuing the diagonal in a straight line, I bring it back. So I put the dark blue header over on the top of Wednesday instead of the top of Monday. So instead of having a diagonal line, I end up with this like arrow or triangle formation of glitter headers, and I really like how that came out. I think it makes the headers look even more scattered, but not like there's no rhyme or reason to them. There is a reason. They look like these little arrow thingamajigs, but they are not in diagonal lines either. So I liked how that came out. And I think we're almost ready to move into the day by day. This is an interesting week. I had an interview, and as we will see, I was initially scheduled to go on it on Tuesday, but I had to cancel it on Tuesday, reschedule it for the next week. And so that's going to start us with Monday. Oh, I remember to zoom in this time. So starting on Monday, the first thing I wanted to mark was that classes were good that day. There was like nothing objectionable about it. I had a pretty good day. Even though it was a fairly stressful day, I was mentally preparing for an interview I had scheduled for Tuesday. However, as I am about to mark with an upset Chloe sticker from Ramona and Friends, the zip car I rented in order to get to my interview was completely dead, and we did not go anywhere on Monday. I had to cancel the interview, reschedule it, because the car just had a dead battery, and for whatever reason Zipcar was not able to fix that. They couldn't send anybody out. There was nothing they could do, and I didn't really understand why they couldn't do anything, but they refunded me, gave us a bit of extra Zipcar credit, and that was all they could do. So for dinner we had some pizza that we burned a little, so I called it charred pizza, and that was fun. It was sad pizza because we were both disappointed to not be going to Providence, which is where my interview was. I was ready to go and get the interview over with, and my boyfriend has family in Providence, so he had plans with them on Tuesday, and all of that had to get canceled because the car was not working. Also on Monday, I'm marking that we watched the Homeland season 1 finale. It was crazy. We actually haven't watched much Homeland since, almost, but still, season 1 finale, good stuff. We also played a bit of The Last of Us, a game we haven't been playing since, and don't even have the subscription to play it anymore because we've been playing Skyrim recently, but at the time we were still giving The Last of Us a chance. On Tuesday I was up early because the school I was going to interview at decided to do all the talking interviews just via Skype and online, and then on the next week I would actually go and do a sample lesson. And so that was a little annoying because I had to block out 2 days to do this, but it made the next week easier, and I didn't have much going on the next week because this is the last week of classes. So yeah, I already planned not to be in class this Tuesday, so it wasn't much to just spend all day by my computer and interview with people as necessary. I don't know why the camera is shaking or what I'm doing right now. Okay, settle down. And so yeah, I just used this backpack girl from the Fox and Pip to mark that I did all of those interviews online. For the bottom of Tuesday, I am marking that my boyfriend and I made a lot of chicken soup. I think this is one of the first, if not the first times we tried making chicken soup from scratch, and it's really good. It takes a lot of work because we make the stock from scratch, so that just takes forever, but it's good. And I use a Cooking Ramona sticker to mark that, and then I use this dark blue label and that heart couple sticker to mark something else we did, but I don't write that in during this Plan With Me video. And then I started Wednesday off by skipping my English class, but I went to my Latin class, and that was good. That was fine. And I am just marking that with this teal, light blue, I don't know, bright blue quarter box sticker from the kit. And there wasn't a ton to mark on this day, so I don't know exactly what I do next. I spent a lot of time thinking. Okay, I wanted to mark that I took a nap, so I used this Sleeping Ramona sticker to do that. And then, because there was a lot of space up here, I did fill in some of that space with 2 strips of washi from the kit, just because I had nothing else to add there. And then later on Wednesday, I used a half box to mark that my boyfriend and I went to Super Stress Busters at my school, and it was horrible. Luckily, it wasn't actually the real Super Stress Busters. So every week there's an event called Stress Busters where one of the student groups organizes some kind of event, usually some different type of food, massages, a game, something like that, for students to come and hang out. And this day they did a really big one where they got local restaurants to cater and stuff, but they ran out of food super early, and the line was incredibly long and distribution was really weird, and basically we were there for a long time and then didn't get any food. So we went out to a restaurant ourselves just because we were disappointed at not having gotten any from the event, even though we don't usually eat out. Also on Wednesday, I worked on an observation project for my astronomy class, and then we watched some Homeland. So on the 9th, I start by marking that I slept in that day. And then I was so excited for the 9th, you guys, because the 9th was the last day of my astronomy class. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I hated that class, and I mark it by layering this flag with this excited Chloe sticker, and just writing again that this was my final astronomy class. In general, I love astronomy. My major is astrophysics, but this class I hated. And so it ended on Thursday, and that was a good day. Additionally, I marked with a little asterisk sticker from the kit, layered with a dark blue heart icon, that we celebrated the final lecture of one of the senior astronomy faculty. She was retiring this year, and I've had several classes with her. She's been the head of the astronomy department for a really long time, and she's retiring, so we did a little thing where we sang She's a Jolly Good Fellow and had little cupcakes, and it was a good time. Also on Thursday, I finally mailed my graduation announcements, and then I used this half box to mark that it was my sister's birthday, and also that I called her for her birthday. And I decorated a bit more with this little garland tassel thing. I don't know exactly how I feel about that. It looks a little funny, but it's okay. I also added this little birthday cake sticker just to really double down on the fact that this was her birthday. Then I mark with just a random general asterisk sticker. Well, I'm working on sizing now, but eventually I marked that I worked on my astronomy project on this day, and then I did some reading for a professor, and I used this little weights because I felt like it was a workout, like I had to disciplinedly plow through the reading. So that's what I thought about when I saw those dumbbells, and so that's why I used those to mark that. Mostly I just didn't have enough space for a reading character sticker, and so I used that little thing instead. Then on the 10th, I'm marking with this little checkbox sticker the different things we did. I tried to hide that. I don't know if you could hear it. Excuse me. I'm trying to hide the different things, or write the different things that we did for our month anniversary on the 10th. And so my boyfriend baked a brown butter cake, and we ate queso with guacamole and chips, and that was really good. And when I say queso, I don't mean just yellow, nacho cheese queso. I mean a knockoff version of the Chili's skillet queso that we learned to make from scratch, and it's really good. It's basically chili and cheese, but still, it's good. Also on the 10th, I marked that it was the last day of classes, and we got cookies from a professor for the last day of classes. It was kind of special because I was in that professor's class when she first got to my college, and the first class she taught, and then now I'm also taking her for one of my last classes as a student at the school, and I've taken her since. I've had her almost every year that I've been at the college, so she gave us cookies to celebrate that. I also took a nap. We went grocery shopping and got some different things, and then there was also a campus barbecue to mark the end of the semester, and I had a burger and some kielbasa sausages, and I really love those sausages. I'm glad I finally figured out what they're called and what they look like, so that I know when I see them. We are moving on to Saturday. We slept so late. I slept until 3 p.m. because I did not set an alarm. Classes ended on Friday. No one was going to make me wake up on Saturday for anything. I am marking that I had a dinner with other people in the astronomy department, people that I've worked on various research projects with, who just wanted to gather before the semester ended, and half of us graduated. And then also on Saturday, I did some lesson planning for the sample lesson originally scheduled this Tuesday that I will be doing the following week. And then I used this half box to mark that I called my sister again. On the way home from the astronomy dinner, she called me, or I called her. I don't remember. I don't know which was which, and I don't remember why she called me. I think she was trying to call my parents, and when they didn't answer, she just figured she'd call me. Then I used that couple sticker to mark that my boyfriend and I watched some Homeland on that day. So I guess we did watch more Homeland since the season 1 finale. I don't have any idea what season we're in right now. I also add this washi tape for some decoration because I used the half box to mark that I called my sister because I did that for a lot of time. But it doesn't take a lot of space to write called Sienna. And we are moving on to Sunday soon, I think. So for Sunday, one of the first things I wanted to mark was that it was Mother's Day. And so I used this label sticker from the kit, and then I layer over that this gold script sticker from Scribble Prints Co. Whenever I find it, I barely remembered that I had these stickers. So I hadn't pulled them out in time for this setup. There it is. Okay. Then also on Sunday, my boyfriend and I finally drove to Providence like we were going to do on Monday because my interview was going to be the following day. And so that was nice because that meant that we saw his mom for Mother's Day and had dinner with his family and whatnot. And then I also called my mom just on the car ride there, and it was interesting because I lost connection like twice because we have to drive through a lot of forests and mountains. Like I currently live in the mountains or like between mountains in a valley, and then his family lives in like the middle of nowhere. So to go from the middle of nowhere to the middle of nowhere, you pass through a lot of nowhere, and I was losing the signal as I was trying to talk to my mom. I also marked that I got some Avengers toys. I don't usually go to fast food restaurants, but because we were just on the road, I did stop at a McDonald's and saw that they were promoting Avengers Endgame, and they had toys of the Avengers, and so I got a few of them, and that was fun. Then I marked Season 8, Episode 5 of Game of Thrones, as well as what we ate for dinner when we visited his family, which was steak and some cinnamon rolls that he'd made before we left. And those were good. They take decades to make. And then I also squeezed in this little Chloe sticker with her tongue sticking out because the cinnamon rolls were good. As was the steak. It was a really good dinner. And now I think I'm going to zoom back out soon because I do want to add more foil to this spread. Oh, first I have to add my top washi. Forgot about that. So I used this light pink and gold bows from Simply Gilded. I think this is the classic pink, but I'm not like 100% sure. I have no idea what most of the different colors are. I don't make any efforts to keep track of that. And so here I am on the sidebar putting some glitter headers down just for decoration so that I can journal in it, I think. I don't remember what I'm doing now. I added that rose at the top just for some decoration in that what I find to be an awkward space between the top of the quote box and the month. And so I do journal that there was an unexpected change of plans when the zip car fell through, but a good and fun week with lots of stuff happening. Basically summed up that week. Now I zoom out. This is what the spread looks like in full, but I am going through to add... Do I add foil? This is not the week I thought I had more foil. I messed up my weeks. I add a couple of pieces though. I have a script sticker from Scribble Prints Co. that says happy birthday that I put on my sister's birthday. And then I put the 7 days until my birthday down on Sunday because my birthday is the following week. Oh, I did that in the reverse, but you get the point. Because my birthday is the following week. And yeah, so that's how the spread came out. I hope you've liked what you've seen, and I will see you next time. Bye!